This is Wednesday, and you know what that means. Aewtf.
What does that mean?
And how many people on the roster do the Destroyer?
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to put over the PWG library.
I just think that people got fooled by the blood and girls bleeding.
Oh, man, those guys are awesome. Hello, it is the Aewtf podcast, and you know what that means. We're here to talk about you. I'm Cash, and I am joined this week by the Omega Aaron Draven and Jason Taylor. We have no Tim this week. He is unable to make it, so there's going to be a lot less penis talk, I think, this episode.
Boo! We just lost a ton of viewers since you said that right off the front.
Yeah, I did not make the last episode with you guys, and I went back and listened to it, and I would say 65% penis talk, a little bit of wrestling talk, and then just a bunch of name dropping.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the Vince Russo strategy to get your podcast listeners up.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I didn't enjoy it.
Dicks, bro. Dicks.
So a couple things off the top I wanted to kind of get to was I just saw, I don't know how long ago this came out. You guys already might have talked about it. But Chris Jericho said that they weren't really doing AEW production meetings until recently.
I did not do that.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw him say that, which is mind-boggling to me.
But it makes sense, right? Like that.
I'm not 100% sure he meant that the way he said that, because I swear a couple of the Being the Elite things had like references to the production meetings and stuff. They didn't show them, but they said they happened, and they had to be there a day early for the production meeting. Maybe what he meant is more like the agents weren't getting together and meeting.
Right, because he said they're trying to cut down on like same things happening over and over again, back to back. So there was a lot of that. So I mean, hopefully, because I think some of the stuff I point out a lot of times is just production stuff.
Right.
If they're really having solid meetings for that, that'd explain a lot.
It would. It would boggle my mind though if they really didn't do any for the first year and a half of a national TV show.
It makes it more impressive, honestly, if they were just winging it.
Yeah, true.
And then the other little piece of wrestling, not news, but happenings. Did you guys happen to catch the second part of the Brian Pillman Dark Side of the Ring?
I only saw the first half.
Okay, well.
Don't tell me how it ends.
Oh.
Awkward.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good stuff. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I saw they have Collision in Korea, which I'm super interested in watching, because nobody ever talks about that. But I really enjoyed the Pillman one. Jason, I'll check it out.
Oh, I'll definitely gotta watch it.
I was shocked at how in part one how disarrayed his home life was even before he left WCW, having his first child's mother kill herself.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. That was news to me. Like that was.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that everyone would know as common knowledge in this day and age because of technology. But back then, like, yeah.
And I didn't create this joke. I stole it from somewhere on the internet. But I would like to state for the record that I really enjoyed Melanie Pillman playing Wendy in the Breaking Bad series. She looks rough.
I mean, there was parts I would like feel bad for her. There were parts where I was just like, I think she was an awful person, just back and forth. But man, that whole family just had it rough.
Uh-huh.
But awesome that Brian Pillman Jr. has made it to AEW. He's on the episode we're going to be talking about today. Actually, we're going to be talking about two episodes today because we were unable to record for the April 28th edition of Dynamite.
We blame that all on Vance because he's not here to defend himself, even though it had nothing to do with him.
100% his fault. Yep.
Completely. There's no way he would have been able to hold a conversation to do it that evening.
That is fact.
Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah, it was. We had a good time. Plans didn't quite work out the way they were supposed to, but we still, we had a good time. We made it.
3/4 of us had a good time. The other fourth of us did not have apparently a good weekend. So
No. I mean, Happy Mother's Day. All the moms that don't call the police on their severely disabled brother claiming that he's trying to kill her. But
Yeah, but to all the other ones, Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, right.
So, like I told you guys, I cannot find my notes for the April 28th. Raven's going to kind of take it over.
Should I do my best Vance and like purposely miss things because he does all the time?
right, just get straight to the main event.
We start with Brian Cage versus Adam Page. Too many rhyming names, and they started with a whole big brawl where he's jumped before the bell, and Brian Cage did the outside in powerbomb from the apron into the ring to Page, which was a sweet little visual.
Yeah, I like the powerbomb was awesome. The powerbomb on the entrance ramp was brutal looking.
Yeah, definitely. I was also excited about the refs making sure that as they broke up the big brawl at the beginning, they made sure everyone went back through the right tunnel. Like, stop brawling, you go that way. No, you have to go that way.
Good eye. The finishing stretch in this was fucking sweet. The Adam Page went for the buckshot lariat straight into an F5 and then a couple power bombs into the drill claw. Just really smooth.
Yeah, I thought the match was really good. I was really worried they were going to have Adam Page come back and win after, all the shit that took at the beginning.
Right.
I kind of worried. Brian Cage still looked overwhelmingly, even without like the jump from behind, it looked like he would have been able to handle himself. But this leaves like the question of even Excalibur even straight up asked it, like, could Brian Cage have won if it wasn't for what happened at the beginning?
I think we all have PTSD from the way that WWE books. Like, this was booked so opposite of how WWE does it. Like, there's this pre-match brawl to the baby face and, he's just going to overcome all the odds because that's what they always do. But no, the jacked giant heel fucking destroyed him almost like a squash match, exactly how a logical match should have played out.
I had a couple. So they went out of their way to say going in every single promo or every of the videos, the logos stuff in the corners all showed that Taz and Starks were going to be in his corner. Like, they just kept pushing it, and then I guess since there was a brawl at the beginning, they're like, no, you got to go to the back too. But then it was never mentioned about him not being there after they went out of their way to continually show he was going to be out there the whole time too.
I can probably speak on that from a graphics guy point of view. You can tell the graphics guy anything you want on the graphic, but then when they start laying out the match in the back 50 minutes before the show starts, and everything changes.
And is Cage still the FTW champion? And does that belt even show up, even just being carried on TV anymore?
I actually thought with him winning, they were going to go with Kenny versus Cage at the pay-per-view just to get another belt onto Kenny.
Well, and that's why I made my note, was because if that's what it is, now he's the number one contender, and so that would be another belt. So,
honestly, I think the way they did it, they needed Page to not be the number one contender anymore. That was the whole purpose for this match. He gets a loss, he slides down the rankings a little bit because they weren't ready to do Omega and Page yet at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Moving on, then, we next had an Elite promo with the Young Bucks looking ridiculous as always. I think this is the one where they're in the back of a limo, maybe.
Yeah, they were in the back of a limo, and Carl Anderson has no pants on for some reason.
Well, I mean,
got to be free, baby.
How many times have you rode in a limo and wore pants? That's what I want to know.
Seriously,
it's a good point.
One rule only in limos: no pants.
Just basic douchey heel stuff. It's not like original, but it's really working for me because it's playing to all these guys' strengths. But that led right into the Young Bucks versus the Seidel's, Mike and Matt, right? Mike and Matt, yes.
Yeah.
Non-title match, which I actually like that they do this. Non-title matches, and then they generally don't have the champs lose because they're the champs. They shouldn't be losing ever until they lose the belts.
Right.
Yeah, I like the fact non-title, and I mean, you should have to earn I mean, I don't know where the Seidels fall in the rankings, but people should be getting random title shots. So, and then like you said, they actually usually have the champions still win non-title. That's another WWE thing I hate. Like, if it's a non-title, you can't win. So, like, well, the champions.
And then JR during commentary at one point, one of the Seidels gets a near fall, and he just starts yelling, "He beat him! He beat him!" Which I think just adds to the whole. Oh well, maybe they can beat them in this non-title, and then they'll move on to face them at some point. Or JR was just reading the wrong script or whatever, but it came across well.
My new gimmick on here, I guess, is name dropping old stories that have to relate to me because I can only care about shit that relates to me. But so Apollo Crews and I were chosen to have a match at that Dragon Gate tryout that me and Vance talked about last episode. But the third guy they picked was actually Mike Seidel. So he was in a 6-man scramble. But the reason I bring this up is I'd just like to point out 66% of all the people at that tryout that got picked are now on national TV. I would be the other 33%.
Well,
anyways, there was a really fucking dope counter to the Meltzer driver in this match, but then they followed it up with this really ugly looking double Meteora, the double knee gimmick, where they came off the ropes together, and it just looked super cheesy.
Yeah, I feel like it really took the impact out of it when like the two guys barely like go down with them. They kind of like they're already moved off of them before they land. I don't think this was much that there was a bunch of stuff in it that I. Because hold on, was there a Young Bucks match in the episode Blood and Guts?
No.
No. Okay, so it was this then. It's more of the. Hey, did you guys know the Young Bucks are heels now? The whole match. Right. Beating us over the head with the fact that the Young Bucks were heels now. There was way too much Matt Jackson, like over the top. Like, look at me, look at that guy now.
Right. Stop staring at the camera. Like, did you see that? Just in case you weren't paying attention, that was something that I wouldn't have done 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this match. I like the Seidels a lot, especially, Matt Seidel is amazing. So it was fun to watch some of the spots, but overall, I remember not being a big fan.
The biggest takeaway from this for me is they brought out the old New Japan where they ice them down with the ice bags and spray the icy hot bullshit on them after the match. Just to be over the top fucking douchebags.
So SCU comes out at the end of the match, and everyone always just talks straight to Matt. Like, Callus's whole thing was, Matt, you're not the guy you used to be. They came out and they literally just talked to him while Nick just stands there with his head down. Like, can he just not talk? Or do they not trust him with a mic? Any clues?
It always does. Like, not. He's just sort of there. Like, yeah, I noticed the same thing. It's always Matt. But Matt is definitely the more charismatic of the.
Right.
I had the theory where they're just two halves of the same person. They both really like Shawn Michaels, and Matt liked the melodramatic bullshit. Nick just liked the spots, so Nick doesn't even want to partake in the angles.
Yeah, because Nick. I remember there was a match. I think it was one of the first episodes we did, where I think I said something about Nick. I don't like Matt being the better worker or whatever, but I guess I was pretty wrong about that because Nick is pretty damn incredible.
Right. Nick's the spotty one, Matt's the melodramatic one.
Yeah. All right.
And then we move on to a Jade promo that was like 1 minute. Meh. Just moving on past that. Next is Orange Cassidy versus Penta with his little chihuahua Alex. Yeah. And I do want to note they both came out of the face tunnel at the beginning of this match.
Okay. But I think Penta was basically working heel the whole time.
It's weird because I think they were all heels out there. You got Orange Cassidy ends up winning with a punch with the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Alex and Trent interfered. The first 3 or 4 minutes of the whole match was full-on Tennessee haha with them just playing with the glove and doing the fucking hands in the pocket bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing I liked about the match is that they both have their weird hand shit they do, so they used it and played off of it in the match. So I guess that's the biggest compliment. But they remember
we-
her. But
And we all know that hand stuff stopped being fun after high school. But one thing I noticed here, old man JRism. So at one point, he's getting real excited talking to Tony, and he called him Connie, which is what he calls Conrad on his podcast. So he mixed up Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
everybody's interchangeable to JR.
Right.
There was one spot during this match, Orange Cassidy goes for a suicide dive, and Penta just catches him in a press slam spot, which was really fucking cool.
Yeah, that spot was bad. I do remember I had that in my notes that I lost. But yeah, that spot was awesome, I thought.
And what happened to Orange Cassidy before the match? His back was all jacked up before the match started. They talked about it as the match went on, like it was from the match. But that, like, his one side of his face was all red at the start of the match. Apparently, during the dark tapings, maybe he got a little roughed up.
Either that, or I don't remember what he did on the previous Dynamite, but they tape him Wednesday, Thursday, so it was just a day after.
Okay. Yeah, or maybe like a backstage promo if they did anything.
Next, we had a Britt Baker promo, which was, just complaining about the rankings. But then we have the in-ring promo of the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. I think they called this the Parlay, whatever the fuck that means.
I figured out. So the Parlay, because I felt it, because the only parlay I've ever saw written down was Parlay. This one's Parley. So I Googled it thinking the production messed up. But a parlay with the E in it is basically, two rival factions coming together to discuss, like, the rules of war that they're about to enter.
So it's an old-timey 1800s word that Jericho only knows because he's old as shit, maybe?
So, and Jericho, he apparently loves games. So, but this was really fucking good.
I agree.
I wish that the Pinnacle were still wearing the suits and going with that gimmick. They just kind of came out. Like, they went from being the uniformed, where the Four Horsemen were Evolution, were those people, which to me means if you're just doing a promo and it's not going to end in a scrap, even if it's going to, you should be dressed to the nines always. But everything that was said was fantastic. Sammy basically saying "F you Spears, no one cares about you." We should get him on the show at some point. And then Dax's promo was excellent also. They don't give them enough time, I don't think, on the mics. They're probably not going to be getting much time being in a group with MJF, but the little bit that he was able to speak was good.
I agree. I only have two notes for this. One, now they did the weird thing where security for Pinnacle and then they had motorcycle guys come out for the Inner Circle. The one motorcycle guy parked about 3 inches from the fire and the pyro, which was real weird seeing him trying to get off his bike. But the only other note I have is this segment was straight fucking money because it was so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was really needed after the promo from the episode before where Jericho tried to be too much comedy.
Yeah, his show tunes, right. Bullshit.
Cutting out all that bullshit. So, yeah, great fucking promo work from everybody involved. The bike guy that you're talking about distracted me for part of it, though, because he was constantly shot. And at first, I was like, who the fuck's that random dude standing back there? Because I missed it. So I was like, why is there just a random biker guy hanging out?
They had their own security entrances, but like commentary pretty much didn't even speak about it. So it's just this weird shit going on in the background that they didn't explain whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little thrown off for a minute, and I figured out what was going on.
Then we went from one of the best promo segments to Eddie Kingston promo segment that you would think would be amazing, but fucking sucked, in my opinion. The old him and Nakazawa, and then they get him down, and they're...
The best part was the Dragon Master himself, Brandon Cutler, when he comes out, I'm pretty sure it was Shivani, he just goes, oh, Christ. Like, this guy again?
I didn't understand this because they had Kenny laid out forever while they're talking about wanting to hurt him and needing a match to do it, but, like, Why beg for a chance to beat up a guy instead of just beating him up when you already have him in the ring?
They care about the rules.
Fucking Moxley and Kingston care about the rules?
Well,
I did like how my favorite part of it was the exchange between Kingston and Kenny Omega, where Kingston puts the chair on Nakazawa's ankle, neck, or whatever he did. Yeah, his ankle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Kingston's like, if you don't come out here and fight me, I'm going to break his ankle. And Kenny's like, you're going to break his ankle? And then comes back to Kingston. Yeah, I'm going to break his ankle. And Kenny, okay, so you're going to break his ankle. Like, I love that it was like this dumb bullshit little back and forth. Kenny, like, okay, go ahead. We have other minions. Like, I love that Kenny's basically like the every movie, 80s, 90s action movies.
He is Steven Seagal.
Seagal's the enemy in every movie.
right.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of like that, but yeah, the segment overall was just kind of some dumb shit for your world champion to be involved in.
Then we move on to a Taz and Christian promo where they're backstage, basically just summarizing what's going on with the angle without it really feeling like them holding your hand, but they did a pretty good job summarizing what's going on.
Yeah, it just felt like a promo to like make sure you don't forget that, hey, this is a thing that's happening. We're gonna eventually get to it when we don't have a crazy
We're people.
war.
We're people, and we have a story. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Then we get to Penelope Ford versus Chris Statlander.
Who is it?
Penelope Ford versus Chris Statlander.
I don't. It was kind of just a squash, wasn't it?
It went a little bit longer than a squash, but I don't have too many notes. The only thing I really have is I didn't like how Statlander hit her finish, which is really sick, like reverse tombstone, but they were more worried about filming what Orange Cassidy was doing on the outside during the finish.
Yeah. Okay.
There was a missed blockbuster during the match that was just straight danger.
Okay.
Like Penelope Ford came off the rope and just basically did a senton in front of Statlander instead of being able to go over her to get her neck. And
Well, she is tall for a woman.
I guess. And I have a note which makes me want to go back to watch part of this match since it's been 2 weeks now that says Ford did a spin on the apron to a forearm and then an over-the-top double knee. Did she try? Does anyone remember? Is that what she tried to do one other time during the match and it got cut off? So then she came back and did it again.
Yep, the first I remember you saying that because I did have a note about how the first time it looked really fucking weird and out of place, but then once she hit it the second time, I erased that note because it made sense.
Yeah. Okay. That was all I had on that match.
I mean, it was a solid match for the AEW women's division, but nothing special or anything.
Right.
Then we get a nice UFC-style 10 promo for 30 seconds for some reason. Then we move on to Cash's favorite story, the Nightmare family versus the Factory. And the Factory decided to show up on a stolen bus for some reason.
Yeah.
A bus that I've never seen before. I don't know if that was ever a part of a storyline or we were just supposed to assume because it has Cody's logo on the side of it that's what they drive around their 6 trainees in.
Well, tune in to On the Roads Again, or whatever the fuck the name of the show is on TNT. That's not the name, but it should be.
Ms. and Mrs. Rhodes. Yeah.
I assumed I assumed you were actually saying the name of the show. I didn't know what it was.
No, I think it's Roads to the Top, and I don't know why I know that, but On the Roads Again sounds a lot better, if you ask me.
Right. So there's one thing I've learned from those reality shows. Every season they're going to live in a different mansion and talk about how hard it is to live in a different mansion every year. So On the Roads Again sounds good because they're always packing.
Well, all right.
There we go.
So
Is there a map now?
I do not remember
It was a 6-man tag, if I remember right, that had QT, Camarado, and Bailey's ex-fiancée versus Old Man Billy Gunn, Old Man Dustin Rhodes, and
random
Big Shotty Lee Johnson.
Lee
I don't
Johnson.
like that. No.
You don't like that? You don't like Big Shotty?
I don't like that at all. No. I mean, because if I go and get my car worked on and I get it back and I'm like, man, that was a bit shoddy, then I'm probably saying they didn't do the work right,
But what
or
about big?
that it was a lot cheaper than it needed to be. So, what is this guy saying about himself with this nickname?
He's a big shot, big shoddy.
Yeah. BIG and then shoddy.
Well, all I know is whenever he goes up against Max Caster, it's clearly going to be in the intro rap that Big Shoddy is a bit shoddy. And if it's not, I am going there and fighting someone.
That is way weak. He could do big shoddy, smells like a porta potty. Like, come on, there's way better than that.
No, not for Max Caster. But anyway.
Billy Gunn had his ribs taped in this match, and I had no reason why until they brought up that English boxer man gave him a punch to the belly last time, right?
Who, Billy Gunn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the governor gets you, and it's all over.
The governor. How could I forget?
Apparently.
Hello, governor.
I did like there was one spot where Dustin tagged in. He's in there with Camarado, and they're really, really milking it and building up to him being able to knock Camarado down. He's like hitting the ropes, shoulder tackle. He's building up all this momentum, and then just he never gets him down. So it's one of those things where they almost always get the big guy down. So it stood out that he didn't get Camarado down.
Yeah, because back in the day when a guy was a big dude, you're trying to get that over, yeah, you could run into him all. He wasn't going to bump. So, yeah, nowadays they want to cut right to it. First match, we'll go ahead and let him bump.
I only had one note that was actually work-related in this match, and all my others were about costumes and graphics and logos. QT Marshall blocks every single punch that was thrown to him when they were on the outside, when they did the kind of scramble there at the beginning where everyone kind of paired off. Like, at no point did it look like he was even trying to get hit. Like, maybe they don't have the camera on me, so we can just house show this. Like, forget about it. You're not getting near me.
That's a pet peeve of mine. If I'm ever working a match with somebody and they mail it in because they think something nobody can see or whatever on the outside, I hate that shit.
Yeah, we did get to see the factory's new logo. It looks kind of triple threadish. ECW fans, and then Dustin didn't get the note that the factory's color is blue because he came out wearing blue, but all of them were in blue and white. So maybe he's going to heel turn. This is how I'm fantasy booking it. He's going to turn on his brother again. Nick's tassels are way too long on his arm. Watch some Warrior footage and cut those in half. Those just unless you're going to be super heel and go ahead and like wrap them around someone's throat. Use them as a weapon if you're going to have 3 foot long arm tassels hanging off of
Now I want them to be like 12 feet long and they drape out of the ring while he's wrestling.
Even better. I did think that the match could have been finally, like, because I still know nothing about these 3 guys other than one's big and hairy, one's not, and the other guy throws one punch. But instead, it ended up still being more about QT when they could have used that to highlight them going over Big Shoddy. Or one of the veterans. They could have used that to further one of these other guys in this group that I'm supposed to care about, even though I don't know anything about any of them. Like, usually if you want to start a faction, you got at least one guy that you're like, I have a reason to care or completely hate this guy. QT not wanting to work for his boss anymore because he feels like he's overlooked. I mean, that's Stone Cold's gimmick, right? So, that's right. I said it. QT Marshall is 2021 Stone Cold Steve Austin. You heard it here first.
Is there a mute button for Jason? Does it change your mind if I tell you that the end of the segment had Cody Rhodes putting QT in the figure 4 on top of a bus for some reason?
You mean the bus that they just drove there on?
Yes.
That T. Marshall walked over to, looked inside, and saw Cody Rhodes for a solid 20 seconds before Cody.
Oh, it must just be some other 6'3" fucking bleach blonde haired man. It can't be the guy that owns the bus.
Yeah, I thought this entire segment was pretty bad. We'll talk about it more during the Blood and Guts episode, but Cody, it's the same as the Young Bucks for me. Cody just comes across as a piece of shit all the time. So
That's unfortunate because at least the Young Bucks are heels. Cody's portraying a face, I believe.
Yeah, so like in the Young Bucks case, it was always my whole thing's just been like, well, yeah, the heel turn isn't. I thought it's been heels. With Cody,
Right.
I have trouble looking at QT Marshall as too much of a heel because Cody is kind of a dick.
I'm on board with you, but I mean, I can't fully back somebody that's got the QT Marshall comb over.
Yeah.
From this, we move on to Miro and Kip Sabian finally having their confrontation in the back, which ends up being a violent fucking beatdown of Kip.
And then when Miro leaves after the beatdown, he just says, "Good talk."
I love this. Kip deserves a bonus for this week.
Yeah, he's with Penelope. That's bonus enough.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, he bumped his ass. I don't know if he may have just been. It might have been Miro. Might have just been throwing him around legitimately, and he might.
Yeah, he may not have had a choice in the matter.
But it looked fucking great. Miro getting like the arm at the door was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Miro like getting down next to him and like telling him it's okay.
Wait, you did
Yeah.
what now?
Yeah, cut out. I fucked.
You fucked.
I said with Miro like getting like the whole. I just fucking loved the whole segment.
I agree with you. I thought it was super violent, but it also really got Miro across as this fucking violent killer. I love it.
And now we can move forward with him. Like, he's clearly
Right.
officially done with Kip. We don't need to talk about him anymore. And on to winning
to
belt.
Darby versus 10 in your main event, where this is the 5th straight week Darby's, I think, main evented with a TNT title defense.
I think so, and I also hit first. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I did not like it.
Yeah, it was not good. And I mean, we'll assume it's all on 10 because we've enjoyed Darby so far. But Darby hits a chop block to his injured leg, which doesn't really come across as a very face move, and then also attempts to rip the mask off at some point. So which tunnel did he go back through at the end of the episode?
Just like Penta and OC and everybody, they all exited through the face tunnel again. There are no baby faces and heels. There's just the tunnel for dudes Tony likes and the tunnel for Tony doesn't like.
And then Cody tunnel.
Yes, and then Cody gets his own.
Then Moxley's side tunnel.
Wow,
Right.
there's. Yeah.
What was like? Oh, I had something I was gonna say. Damn it, we got something.
The only thing I really got on this is just a dumb note. It's I got annoyed because Darby's face paint basically ruined 10's white mask like 10 seconds into the match.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so the mask thing. Jason mentioned like where Darby was trying to tear the mask off. Here's the thing to all wrestlers. Why would you take the mask off, turn it around? Then they can't see.
Aha!
So blind them and then punch them in the face.
Somebody is speaking from experience of having worked with a mask, it sounds like.
Right.
It is god awful if that thing gets turned around on you. I've always wondered that about wrestling. Even when I was younger and like the heel would go after the, like Nitro and like any heel go after a luchador's mask. I was just always like, turn it around. Turn it around and you win the match. That's my little rant. Sorry.
Makes sense. So after the match, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky come out. And just so everyone knows, Ethan Page is definitely wearing an outfit that I own. I mean, it is a salmon-colored polo and khakis with slip-on shoes. That is definitely a Jason original outfit there.
Yeah.
Made me feel like I was a part of the show.
Do you have a friend that would be in the Scorpio Sky role here? He beats up old men with face paint on?
Yep. Yeah, I actually have a couple friends that fit that description.
Huntington.
That's part of the reason why Tim's not on the podcast tonight is due to his extracurricular activities.
Are we just going to say that he's doing a court appearance for beating somebody up with face paint? Is that just the story we're going with?
Yep.
Bob Orton finally.
Story in air quotes. Yeah, I did not have a high rating on this match. It's probably my least favorite Derby match in the history of AEW.
Yeah, it was. 10 is not ready for the spot they're giving him.
Right. You can keep telling us over and over again that Brody was training him and he was handpicked, but
he's not ready for this. Like, he's just not that. He's not on this level.
Right.
So we get to that's the last match on the show. So we get to the end. The final count was 15 total segments. 10 of them were promos. 5 were matches.
Wow.
So here's a new breakdown I did because the whole show just rubbed me the wrong way. We had
Is it how many buses were on the episode?
Throughout the match, here's what we got. We got outside interference from Team Taz. We had a low blow that led to a finish. We had the mic used as a foreign object. We had a laptop and a chair used as foreign objects. A go-go came out and was outside interference. Ethan Page was outside interference. Only the women's match didn't have any actual gimmick involved in the finish, but Orange Cassidy was still out there throughout the match. There wasn't one match that was just a straight up bell to bell. We're going to show off the athleticism of our roster, anything like that, and I think that affected my personal rating for the week. Like,
there is one point of this that ties into something I'll talk about on the next episode, but honestly, I've noticed that there's lots of interference and extracurriculars going on with everything, but that almost reminds me of the Attitude Era. Have you gone back and watched like a 98 or 99 Raw? There's not a single fucking clean match on the whole episode.
It's crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Back then, there was no such thing as a clean finish. I think, didn't the Bucks and Seidels, I mean, that didn't have any interference, did it?
No, that's the one match, the one and only match on here, because the women did have Kip and OC doing stuff outside the ring.
It didn't have outside interference, but they did the Johnny Cage low blow behind the ref's back.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
That led to the finish for the pin. So,
but they're allowed to do that because they're synergy with Warner. Mortal Kombat's a Warner Brothers game.
I'm just glad that they didn't go into the match claiming it was a Mortal Kombat match, like they did with the Kong versus Godzilla match, and just threw the randomness in there. I can't wait to see the tie-in for Space Jam.
Shaq will be back. So I'll go ahead and throw my rating out there first. I had a 62 for this one. I mean, there were some dud matches, but the Inner Circle Pinnacle promo thing really delivered, and there are a couple good matches. I really like the Page and Cage thing, the way that laid out. So 62.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right there with you. Same exact thing. The Pinnacle and Inner Circle promo just was amazing. The Brian Cage, Adam Page stuff was great. And then there was a couple promos here and there that I thought were like the Miro promo. It's right up there. So yeah, I'll go 62.
Pressure's on, Jason.
Oh, well, I'm still lower than both of you, but not much. I'm at a 55 for the same reasons. The matches that weren't good, I didn't necessarily not like, so they were all basically 5 out of 10 straight across the board. But the beatdown on Kip, the parlay, as the Pirates would say, and then the opening match, all were a little bit better than how the rest of the show went. So I gave it just a little bit better than a mid-level score. So 55.
Did anyone happen to get Vance's ratings?
No.
We try not to talk to him.
So he had. When we were going to Huntington that day, and the plan was to record that night, he had not watched the second half of the show yet.
When did he plan on watching the second half?
He never planned on watching it, and that's why we canceled last week and why he still wouldn't do the show tonight, because he still hasn't watched 2 weeks ago.
Okay. That's not why he won't be here, but you might be watching any of this. But he said he was going to try to watch it on the way down to Huntington, and that just never happened. So I don't know what he would have done, but yeah. So we don't have a rating or anything from him.
I'm going to proclaim it was a 58.
Gotcha.
Vance's rating officially 58 for that episode.
262, 58, and a 55. So that was the April 28th edition of Dynamite. Now let's get to what was the day of this one?
The 5th.
5-5. Cinco de Mayo.
For the Blood and Guts episode of AEW Dynamite.
Wait, is it blood and guts or nuts and butts?
Well, is that what Tony Schiavone said?
He may have 1 or 2 times.
Tony Schiavone. So, Draven, or both of you guys, you're probably going to have to do a little bit of treating me like Tim for this one because I definitely think I missed some segments.
Do you want me to just keep the roll I had for the last episode?
Yeah.
I got it all down here.
Yeah, so, because I think I missed some promo stuff as I'm looking at this. But, all right, so this is the Blood and Guts episode. And
before we get started, which I find weird, but I guess I understand, the first hour of the show was taped 3 days before the show.
This is what I was about to
Oh.
Paid money, if you bought a ticket, you went and the Blood and Guts cage was already set up and you watched the first hour on the screen. And the reason for that, the building capacity could not, it's like sort of outdoors, has a covering and stuff, but it's not rated to be able to hang the cage from it. So they had to have the cage set up when everybody got there.
Yeah, so they were like issuing refunds.
Interesting.
You know?
I think, what was it? They offered them, and the one site I read said that like 5 or 6 people. There weren't a lot of refunds that actually took them up on it, but there were a few.
Yeah, because, I mean, that whole first hour, they were just, the fans kind of watched it on monitors. So, but yeah, I mean, you got, I don't know what they paid to get in, but you got a pretty
$25. All tickets, $25 for that episode.
Oh, well, fuck. Okay. Yeah, $25 and you got that cage match? Yeah, that's good.
Right.
They got 2 live promos.
And 2 live.
Whoa.
What the hell? What did I ask for? All right. So, what are we kicking off with? Is it the Omega Nakazawa versus King match? Okay. Yeah. So we get
the show. The TNT broadcast started with this really weird parental advisory that they've never done before. That just made me laugh.
Oh well, they've got Blood and Guts coming up. So. Yeah. So we get Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa against Eddie Kingston and John Moxley and Justin Rock. Right off the bat, I have a note just saying he fucking annoys me. Just his announcement of John Moxley's name just drives me insane.
It's his John Cena announcement.
I hate it
Right.
much.
Your name's John. You're getting that announcement.
Or one, probably. Anyone's one.
From last episode where Eddie Kingston and Moxley kind of forced this match, I was
You were what?
I was not a fan of this.
Yeah, it did not come across well to me either.
My literal note says blah. Jason's bored.
I don't know why they drug this out other than, I guess, to fill the first hour, but Omega should have never actually gotten involved. It should have been.
I know it's on screen. They're really like saying this, but like it's true. Nakazawa is definitely the Japanese QT Marshall.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I thought they should have had Omega basically just bail right from the get-go.
Yeah, just because I agreed to be in the tag match doesn't mean I actually have to be in the tag match.
Yeah.
Right, that would have made sense.
So
I have a note here that the crowd was mic'd really well, but I think that might be because they're playing it on a screen and like recording the sound of the live audience. So it was like double fucking audio.
yeah. Yeah, I thought this was unnecessarily long. Could have got straight to the point, but you know, I get whatever. Like I still don't know what they're actually doing storyline wise.
I think they moved it on over. It's going to be probably the Bucks versus Mox and Eddie Kingston at the pay-per-view.
Okay. So and then
That makes more sense and should be more enjoyable.
All right. So after this, yeah, I think I missed something. So what was after this?
I don't have a promo. I have the next match was straight up QT Marshall versus Cody.
Yeah, it went to commercial and came back as the next match. That there was no promos for the whole first two segments, which is crazy.
Yeah. Here. So okay, so we get the big Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall match. Is weeks in the making.
Since the entrance tunnels are my gimmick, this is the first time ever Cody's let Arn Anderson come out of his entrance tunnel.
It is about. Well, I really wish, because I thought Arn was going to turn on him. Now I really wish he had. That'd be great if he gets to come out of that tunnel, then he turns on Cody.
Ogogo, when he came out, definitely looked like a 1920s paper boy. I don't know if is that like an England thing?
A newsie?
Yes, a newsie. There you go. That's the term.
The
Arn Anderson spot. So Arn gets involved with QT, and they're like tussling around, and Arn punches them. Like, how is that not a DQ?
Yeah,
right, with the ref standing right there.
Out of him. Yeah, I mean, I guess because he's crazy old Arn. He's just a old man now, so.
I feel like Arn Anderson, just the way he looked during that whole thing, you could put him in any role that Clint Eastwood is doing these days, and it would be the same movie. Like, he just looks like he's just like you damn young kid coming out here.
How depressed was Arn Anderson during this episode? They're hyping up War Games. Tully's part of War Games. He was one of the creators in the first War Games, and all he has is a stupid this stupid fucking QT Marshall match to be a part of.
Right.
I just realized, are you guys familiar with, like Wolverine, the old man looking thing?
Yeah.
He's, I just now realized that Arn Anderson is kind of the old man Logan version of George from Seinfeld.
Oh my God! Yes. That's a hilarious visual.
Yeah. So I get that the commentators have to put over what the story is, and I get the QT Marshall deal, but I felt like JR and Tony like condemning QT Marshall for his actions were just so over dramatic. And
there was one specific spot I remember them grumbling, but so they do the sunset flip where ideally the person is pulling the guy standing's trunks down and his ass comes out.
Yeah.
Well, QT just straight up like grabs his own tights and like pulls them down himself as Cody's getting ready to start the spot. So it did not look good. And then JR just like forgot that he's calling
out on it.
About trying to make things look good and just called him out for how fucking horrible that was done.
Yep.
I have to go back and just listen for that.
Yeah, no, I definitely had that note also. Like, but that's not how that spot's supposed to work, and that JR really probably shouldn't have pointed out that he was pulling his own pants down.
It was so weird.
At one point, JR starts like towards the beginning, but he starts bitching about QT, and he says that QT's acting too big for his britches. He just got here, or he's acting too big for his britches because he's in AEW. But
cut out on that one.
AEW the whole time. So, like, why are we so mad at this guy for not wanting to just be Cody's buddy? Like, why do we hate this guy because he more than?
Well, I mean, I think it's because we all have eyes and have seen him work.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to get to that spot, but he can at least, it's okay that he wants it.
Yeah. Can't hold that against him.
Yeah, when he goes to hit the power bomb during the match before the buckle bomb and like messed it up the first time and then had to re-pick him up, like match could have just ended right then and Cody could have actually got busted open instead of having to do the weird blade job during a figure four.
Oh, there was no blade involved, sir.
Oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure everybody on this show, they were like, wait until the camera's on me. Okay, now let me reach into my wrist tape.
Explain to me. All right, so let's break this down for a second since you said it that way. Explain to me what sense it makes to grab a razor blade and cut your own eye when you're putting a figure four on somebody.
Right. I rewound it twice because I was like, so what was, not that I thought he got busted open the hard way, but I was like, what move happened that we were supposed to think?
It was inadvertent because it was him doing a single leg takedown to QT and his eye rubbed up against QT's boots. So the edge of his boot just cut his eye open. That's all it was. It was an accident.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I thought maybe I did bleed, but I was like, I thought it was where it was on the boot.
Yeah, he goes in for single leg takedown right before the figure four there and just scrapes his face. I had to rewind it to check. That's what I thought happened, and I had to confirm it. But yeah. Nobody would blade there. What's the purpose?
Then never mind. I take it back. No one on this show bladed. Everyone was busted open the hard way. There was no cutting.
Up until this point, yes.
So
what's up with the level of finisher killing? They went for like a Barry Horowitz level guy here. Cody hits the crossroads. What was the other one? A tombstone he hits on him and he kicks out? Like, what the fuck?
How weird is it to see a tombstone without the taker arm cover? Where he folds his arms across your chest? If you're going to hit the tombstone, I expect to see that part of the move too.
Well, then that's gimmick infringement. Like, a move is a move, but when you do the guy's mannerisms after it.
Yeah, I have. So, like, first of all, QT Marshall, you mentioned it, that powerbomb thing. Like, it was impressive where he powered Cody back up. Like, I did not expect QT Marshall to be like a fucking world's strongest man all of a sudden.
Did he still have the weight belt on at this point? Because that would explain it.
I don't think.
Oh, good. Okay, carry on.
More in line with your point of like the finisher thing. Also, QT just struggled against Billy Gunn last week, and now he's out here like just beating the shit out. And like, it didn't make any sense to me that he had a really tough time against old Billy Gunn. So like,
yeah.
I thought the last few were really good though, but I honestly should have put QT over. I think.
I don't think the actual goal of this is to make QT into anything. I think it's to give the other guys that they want to give time to in that stable just like a leader. Like Camarado, I think they see something in. Aaron Solo, I think they see something in, at least in a lower card guy. And they definitely see something in the newsy boy out there with his paperboy look with the belly punches.
Yeah,
that's why I thought that during the 6-man tag the week before, they would give them a little bit more offense and let them show some stuff off. Since I assume that's where they're going, is for us to actually care about those guys one way or another.
What do you think their plans are for Anthony Ogogo? Like, with his whole thing being he's going to punch you in the stomach, that's it. Well, once that doesn't work for the first time, what are they like? What are they going to do with him?
Man, I never thought of it that way, but that is a good fucking point. Once the first person doesn't go down to it, then everybody else would be like, why the fuck should I go down to it?
Yeah.
Right.
It's over. As soon as it's over the first time. So
then they're going to do AEW Underground, and Tony Khan's going to start running this Underground sideshow, and he can be a part of that.
Tony Khan?
No. They're going to book Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he's going to come in full Bloodsport mode.
Oh.
That would be badass. Get some Kuma.
I know, right?
All right. So, so Cody goes over, and then they're setting up Cody and Anthony Ogogo.
Which is actually going to be the pay-per-view match, I think, which is weird.
Oh.
They've already blown through QT Marshall, I think.
Well,
wow.
Yeah. Point. Like, I guess the QT Marshall thing is a good way to introduce the group, get them on TV, get people kind of with those guys, and then start moving forward. So, yeah, that's a good point. So up next for me, I have the Scorpio Sky, like Ethan Page, that promo.
I think you're getting thrown off because there are so few promos. There's only 6 promos on this whole show, so you probably do have it correct. You're just second guessing yourself.
So that's what's up now.
Yes.
Okay, so I thought Scorpio Sky's promo at the beginning, where was one of the worst things I've ever heard.
What are you talking about? He had a Batman reference. His fingers are clearly on the pulse of pop culture.
I thought it was awful. Now, fair disclosure, I did have a gummy kicking in pretty hard when this promo started. So with that in mind,
player sponsorship from Haribo gummies or whatever the hell they're called. It's weird because I have a note that the promo was great, but that's not all the Scorpio Sky portion of it. His promo was trending pretty bad, but I did like the final line where he called Sting a bitch and all that. So I thought he at least made it decent by the end of it. And then when Ethan Page started speaking, he's a very good promo person.
Yeah, Page was really good.
I did not see Darby attacking. That came out of nowhere to me. I don't know if I'm just because it was coming from the blind eye or whatever, but
so again, maybe it was the gummy, but if you guys will go back and watch, if you didn't notice, maybe to see if I'm right or not, both Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky looked ridiculously silly when they were running. Like, neither ran like a normal person.
I will go back and watch that again.
Like,
yeah, I don't remember anything, but I don't doubt you. You're probably right. They probably did look weird, fucking trying to make the cell all the way over to that staircase, maybe.
Well, Ethan Page had to run like 40 feet, so it was just awkward. Like, he had to run so far. But then Scorpio Sky I'll have to go back and watch it too. He just had like the weirdest motion. But Darby getting thrown down the damn steps, like, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I got a note. Fuck no to that stair bump if anyone ever asks me.
Yeah, I feel like Darby really needs to. We need to put him in contact with JD, so he can maybe give up this whole silly wrestling thing and go do stunt work.
That's where the real money is.
He could be making some real money. Yeah, to do
Right.
not like I couldn't tell where they had did any kind of editing. Like, I just looked like he straight up got thrown, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just took it. There was one point where he flopped up and then actually pushed off of the side rail to get more momentum halfway down.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, if I was still working, I would pay a promoter to let me feud with Darby because you're going to look like $1 million coming out.
Or you look like 10. One or the other, I mean.
Yeah. That sucked. That dude, yeah. Hopefully that's his last main event for a while. I'm pretty pumped about Ethan Page and Darby. I think it should be their stuff in Evolve was awesome. So
it's funny that he referenced that they had this killer series of matches that nobody saw because it's kind of true. The matches were killer and not a lot of people saw it.
Yeah,
Right.
That was a good one. If they let those two guys go, it should be awesome. So I'm still not real sold on Scorpio Sky. I like Scorpio Sky, but it's his whole thing now. Up next, I have Britt Baker against Julia Hart.
Not that Hart
Julia-
family, though. Even if she is from Canada.
It could be that Hart family.
This was just a total squash. So, I mean, do you have any thoughts on it?
I just had Britt hit a sling blade that looked like it straight up gave the girl a concussion. And then after the fact, I started feeling bad for her because it almost looked like Britt was really laying it in and taking advantage of somebody that was too green to really know what was going on.
Mm.
Which may not be the case. Britt might have pulled her aside backstage and said, hey, I really got to fucking lay it in because I'm a shithead heel. I don't act like I'm calling Britt a piece of shit or anything, but it looked very convincing, we'll put it that way.
Much like with the Young Bucks, I just don't like. She was playing way too much to the camera. I mean, even with it being a squash match, she's still you're in there with a competitor. She just basically was like, I'm using this time to just stare at the camera, and then I will hit a move here and there, but I'm not going to stop staring at the camera.
One thing you should consider, the people that do that, though, it is actually a rule in WWE. You are not allowed to look directly into the camera and speak to it. So, that might be a note from management saying, hey, talk to the cameras. It's something the other guys don't do. Really, really ham it up.
Oh, yeah, no, it just, and it's she licked her lips at one point or was smile, whatever she was doing, the facial also didn't go with I'm a hardcore heel. Like, that was what she was talking the last time we saw her. Maybe number one contender Britt is just more about staring at the camera and smiling, but I don't know. That took me out even more of the fact that it was just a squash. So
Okay. Yeah, I really don't have it. I didn't really have much more. Up next, we have, I hope, a reoccurring segment, Technique with Taz.
Where he just nonstop talks shit on Christian for leg day.
Yeah, I like. I thought it was just a funny way to like. It was more interesting.
yeah, no, I enjoyed it too, and I said the same thing. Is this an old segment that I hadn't seen before for some reason, or can this be a new segment that we see every week moving forward? Whether it's always about Christian or if he just starts doing it. I mean, there are more members of Team Taz, so technically he should be able to have 3 or 4 people that they're going up against at any point that he could be talking about.
If I remember right, one of the first feuds that Brian Cage had when he came in, they did a Technique by Taz where Taz just shit all over whoever he was feuding with there in the beginning.
That I hope they do
But
it time to time.
I thought this was fucking hilarious, though, and it made sense. Like, he didn't break kayfabe with what he was saying. The points you're making made sense in the scope of a wrestling show, but they're also funny as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good segment. I like that if they're going, if they're going to have so many promos, I hope they come up with some creative ways to do them. So we don't need 40 backstage promos every. So then we have a 4-way tag match where the winners will face the Bucks for the belts.
I have some issues with this match.
I do too. We got Varsity Club against Jurassic.
Varsity Club. Kevin Sullivan and Mike Rotunda are out there.
What are they? Varsity Blondes.
The Varsity Blondes.
Yeah. Versus Jurassic Express.
Same.
Versus SCU versus the Acclaimed.
So here's a note about the Attitude Era that I brought up about the last show. So the Acclaimed are straight up the 2020s version of the New Age Outlaws, if anyone's really caught it. You got the one that's got this whole fucking spiel. He'll come up with some creative shit to talk, like the Dark Side of the Ring line that he threw at Pillman was stiff as shit. But then you got this partner that's straight up like Billy Gunn that just has like 2 words to say after it. And it's hilarious to me.
I can see that. Yeah. That's a comparison.
I got 2 words for you, suck it. Something about the Acclaimed. Like, it's the same fucking structure.
So this match to me was completely pointless.
Yep.
Agreed.
They already told us SCU are the number one contender. We already had SCU come out last week and basically, Bucks, we're taking you on for the title. So, like, unnecessary and dumb if they're still going to have to win a match to get there. But commentary only talked about SCU having to break up. So, well, there
was a note that might help you out with this that you might have missed. On commentary, they did say these are the teams that are ranked 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that SCU wanted to earn the shot and not just be handed it. So they wanted to beat the other top contenders.
Okay. I did miss them saying that SCU wanted to earn it like that. Okay, I missed that. So that makes it more sense. But, I mean, if you're just going to talk about if SCU loses, that's it. It pretty much just gave away the finish. Like, I would have loved it if they would have had, like, the Varsity Blondes beat them. And you're like, oh, shit, okay. And then you have, like, Kazarian pissed off that Daniels said what he said, and now they don't get a tag title shot. But
well, it also means they'd have to break up forever.
Yeah.
I think they should have done – I agree with you. I think in most cases when you do the predictable thing, it's the right thing. But in this case, like, it's so fucking predictable, you should have done something different. And I think they should have had Kaz fucking have some sort of miscommunication and wig out and cost them the match. Go with somebody else getting the shot and give Daniels and Kaz a fucking story to let Daniels ride off into the sunset.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would Daniels cannot have that much longer left in wrestling. So yeah, like a nice little thing with him and Kazarian on the way out would be really good. This was a good way to set it up. I mean,
Yeah, and
seriously, now they're going to win the tag belts from the Bucks. Like, I just can't see that happening. So this all just, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Like you said about Pillman being the one to go over, so they put he was the one that got pinned after they just did the, as you said, the intro where they referenced the dark side of the ring, which was clearly a personal dig, and then they said that he was wearing his dad's old gear. Like the commentators were kind of playing it up to where, well, maybe, and then 3 seconds
Jason,
later.
hold on 1 second, Jason. If you went to work and were wearing your dad's pants, would you perform better at work?
Probably not.
So there we go. I'm just some real world context to what you said. That's all.
It's not about the performance. It's about the dedication of, well, look what he's doing in honor of his dad that is getting so much talk about this week. And so,
Okay, would you win like an employee of the month just because you're wearing your dad's pants or something? Like,
well,
I get.
maybe.
Well, you never know.
You never can tell.
So the finish, what the fuck what's that move supposed to be? Because to me, it looks like Christopher Daniels moonsaults nothing.
It's so the Meltzer driver that the Young Bucks do, when they were feuding with the Young Bucks in Ring of Honor, Daniels would hit like a sweet ass, his BME, the double bounce moonsault, but he would flip over the top of Kazarian and push down on the guy's ass. And I just think because a lot of years have passed and Daniel's a little older, they do it safer where Kazarian's sideways for it instead of facing away from him, so it doesn't look as good.
Okay, yeah, I was just like, to me, it was a bad bump for Daniels, I thought. He kind of like bumps to nothing and hits the ropes because they're kind of too close to the corner. It was weird, I thought.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Side note about at least the competitors in this match. This week they announced the new action figure line for AEW. And there is I don't know if it's Ringside Collectibles, but someone has an exclusive online Jurassic Express box set that is Jungle Boy on Luchasaurus's shoulders. And that's how it's in the package. And it looks really nice. So hopefully one of you will get that for me.
I feel safe saying that Vance would be very happy with this moment in the show because he would be pointing out that Marco Stunt's not part of that set.
He is definitely not. It is just the two of them. But yeah, they're in full-on entrance position.
Well, I mean, just hope Santa is listening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was the most awkward thing we've ever had on the podcast.
Jason, ifs, it's weird.
Fuck Santa.
I'm super excited. This we have a little promo putting over Yuji Nagata and Moxley.
Right?
Yeah, this was really fucking good, I thought. I mean, it's just a them showing clips thing, but it hit for me. I liked it a lot.
I fucking loved Yuji Nagata in WCW. So I didn't even realize he was still working, but I am so fucking down for Moxley and Nagata.
Yeah, and Nagata has been this whole time he's worked with New Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed he was still in the business, but I just thought I didn't figure he was.
I know, so all I know, I haven't followed him exclusively, but I have watched Little New Japan. At some point in the late 2000s, early 2010s, didn't he have a run as IWGP champion?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he had at least one or two runs.
Yeah.
Well, so you guys or Jason's kind of our New Japan guy here. Have they been doing something with these two guys in Japan?
Well, so with the lockdown, things have been a little different. But New Japan is now doing New Japan Strong, which is like the U.S. branch. And so they have at least been playing back and forth with things. It was a promo, I believe. I don't know that they've ever actually been in the ring together to build this. I think it was just a promo where they were talking about each other. Moxley says it, where Nagata called him a punk, basically. And that they want their belt back is really where it boils down to.
One small note that's going to make this even better. They are doing a live Dynamite next week. They didn't do the back-to-back this week because of the setup with War Games. So next week's episode is a live one with Nagata versus Moxley.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
And is Violent Gentleman the name of Moxley and Kingston's tag
No.
team? He's always
No.
wearing that. He wears that hoodie every day.
It's like a famous clothing line.
yeah.
It's not that famous. I didn't know.
It's hockey.
Send me something.
66% of the podcast currently has heard of it. So
Yeah, it's related too, so you should know it.
Huh.
I just found that Jurassic Express box set. It is badass. Santa, I also want one. If you're listening.
There we go.
somebody get one for Marco Stunt because it'll be funny when he sees he's not in there.
Okay, so yeah, we're all looking forward to Nagata and Mox. If they're working each other next week, I'll go ahead and give that episode a rating of 100. So let me see.
Now we go live to the building for the first time tonight.
Okay.
Decided you were going to do it by yourself.
No, apparently my phone has like, I don't know. It looks like it's probably an hour or 2 hour inactivity. It shuts off,
Oh,
or it just like closes out whatever's going on.
interesting.
Yeah, the screen just randomly, like, it just went black on me, cut out the same time it did for you guys.
Hmm.
All right, well, let's Draven gets on here. Let's pick right back up.
Right. Well, at least it was a good stopping point.
Oh, is it uploading with the preamble attached like it did before?
No, so it's just processed. I have to publish it,
Okay, cool.
but I'll go through and edit everything. So I'll put these two together. What was the last thing we said?
We're going live now or something like that. Something like that.
Okay.
We go to the building for the first time live or whatever because it was.
So yeah. So hey guys, we had a weird little audio cutout there. We don't know what happened. The app died, so we're back though.
All I know is Santa's always listening and he's fucking with us.
Yeah, we've asked for too much tonight from Santa. So yeah, Blood and Guts episode of Dynamite, and we are now live in the building. Second hour of the show. What do we start out with, Draven?
Miami Vice Kenny Omega comes on out to the stage to talk about who he's going to face at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. So I have a note here that just says I want to see Omega versus Pac really fucking bad, but I hope they end up making a triple threat. I don't remember anything about what happened, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
They announced that next week on Dynamite, Pac faces Orange Cassidy because they're the number 1 and 2 ranked wrestlers, and the winner of that faces Omega at the pay-per-view. Then Orange Cassidy came on out, and they basically shot the angle to let you know that it's Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, like all common sense, or all like, past booking too, they've always kept Pac strong, so like, you going to win that promo, yeah, that's up that, well, maybe Orange Cassidy is going to win. But I do hope they make it a triple threat.
That would be sweet. I kind of started out with an UGG feeling when Orange Cassidy came out because, like you, I'd rather see Pac versus Omega. But as the promo built, I was kind of cool with it. They sold me on the match, and I'd be okay with Omega versus Pac. Or I mean, Omega versus Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, same here. Jason, you got anything for this?
Jason? Oh, shit. Did Santa get him? Goddamn Santa.
Hold on. It shows we're connected.
Yeah. He's in the room. He's just listening. Santa must have murked him.
Okay, well, Jason.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, hey.
That was weird.
Did you fight Santa off?
No, but I could hear you guys the whole time. I don't know what was happening. Strange.
So without Tim, the technology side of this goes off the damn rails.
Right, exactly. That's what he brings to the table. I just like that Kenny starts out basically by why even have Orange Cassidy a part of this, and then talking Pac up. But then, like you said, Omega, once Orange Cassidy gets out there, it just made me, I'm like, I'm okay with seeing that match now. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, they could turn it into a three-way. We'll just see how. I assume if Kenny only wants Pac to be the one that he fights, then one of his goon squad will get involved in the one-on-one next week. That will lead to a disqualification, so that then suddenly Teddy Long's going to call for a triple threat player.
Holla, holla.
Yeah, I hope your booking's right there. So then after this, we get Miro, right?
Yep, Miro comes out, talk about how he gets a TNT title shot, whether Darby can show up or not.
So, yeah, I mean, I kind of assumed that Miro was going to be the one to take the belt off of Darby. So it looks like they might be going in that direction.
I could see that too, just because it makes sense. Miro can go off and do title defenses that don't need a long, drawn-out story, and Darby could go off and do the Ethan Page thing, and that doesn't need the TNT title.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my note. As long as they continue, it just seems weird that they had already played up Darby and Ego, Ethan Page, earlier in the night, and then they're like, but Miro's clearly going to win the belt. And his line of the man who doesn't mind dying meets the man who doesn't mind killing him, perfect.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that was a killer line.
Ooh, literally.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really good. Are they going to be – did they already announce them for next week? Is that what this was?
Yeah. Yes.
So, got Darby coming in injured, and you got, like, just the sadistic, ruthless Miro. So that should be pretty good TV.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get what the entire night's been building up to. We get the Blood and Guts match, which is WCW War Games the way it's supposed to be. So let's real quick out of the I think get this out of the way. The bump at the end sucked, and they should have done way better with filming it.
Right, the production of the bump at the end sucked. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen that same bump from any number of other superstars across any number of other companies, but having the paint job to make it look like it was steel, like, did they not try it once? Not necessarily Jericho, but someone else just try it to make sure they had the best angle for it.
Yeah, I felt like it was really unfortunate. I think we've lost Draven the same way we lost Jason.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you guys.
He doesn't agree.
No, the bump
Yeah,
was a good way to end it, but not a good way to film the bump. Like,
Right.
you get the underneath angle, so you can't tell that the top layer of that thing is just cardboard with steel diamond plate printed out on regular paper and taped to it or whatever they did.
And man, it really, really sucks. Like, so now both of AEW, like their two biggest things from this year, have both left a sour taste in their mouth because of a little production error at the.
Yep. This and the exploding barbed wire match were 90% amazing, and that last 10%, the finish, just left everybody on a sour note.
So I think we're in agreement then that that's maybe the only really bad thing about this match.
Yeah, I fucking loved the match overall.
Yeah, I don't think I had any issues with the match. The way it went
Starts
down.
out with Pinnacle coming out in the all-white matching gear because you know they're going to get blood all over it.
Fantastic.
The babyface team all have prison jumpsuits with their hometowns on the back of it.
Yeah. Ortiz and Santana have war paint on.
And Tony Schiavone, keeping with his good 90s pop culture references going on throughout the night, said they're in dead presidents mode because that's kind of what the makeup that they wear on the box of the movie Dead Presidents.
Well, there's a funny backstory there. So they wore the face paint in the street fight, I believe, and nobody mentioned anything about it. And it's because Tony Schiavone's obviously never seen that movie. It's not in his wheelhouse. So they had to go to him and explain what it is, and that's why he was like so over the top explaining it. But that is what it is. It's Dead Presidents. They straight up stole it from the movie.
Wow.
Really, really good line right off the bat is where they put over that Dax is starting because Tully picked him because according to Tully, he has the best gas tank.
Uh-huh.
Just awesome that they said a couple weeks ago that Tully was doing homework for the match. That's why he wasn't there. and they immediately pay that off by putting over top strategy.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'll fight anyone that disagrees. The opening 5 with Dax and Sammy Guevara is the best opening 5 minutes in War Games history.
You're probably right. It was
without doing any research, I will agree with that.
Yeah, it was awesome. Honestly, I kind of got lost in just those two at the beginning. Like, once I realized, oh shit, this is a War Games. There's other guys coming in. Yeah, like because it was so good.
What do we get? We get first one in on the heel side is everybody's favorite, Sean Spears.
Sean Spears.
I have no notes about that. Is that weird?
I thought it was weird that I wish they would have continued the Tolly strategy thing, because I wish they would have explained why like Tolly sent Spears at number 2, because to me and then Dax's partner.
Maybe going on when you're booking a wrestling show, you always want to put a real good match on first, but the second match you always just put like your shitty match on to get it out of the way.
All right.
The first match is so good, and then you want to bring him back down for the third person to bring him back up.
Yep, that's exactly okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
That's the exact explanation I needed. There was a Spanish fly spot.
Oh my god, fucking amazing!
So I think second for the baby faces we got. Was it Swagger?
It was Ortiz.
Ortiz, okay. I forget how they set the Spanish fly spot up now, but it was across ropes.
Spears was on one set of ropes, Sammy was on the other, and then one of Santana Ortiz threw a chair at Spears that pushed him onto the next set of ropes, and Sammy hit that Spanish fly.
Yeah,
and it was just crystal fucking perfect bump.
Yeah, and Sammy hit a double springboard the same way RKO that looked really good too.
Unfortunately, Sammy went to the well one too often, and right after the Spanish fly, he went to do a double spring spot that just didn't work.
It didn't work out well. I think this is about the time of the first commercial break. I hated that they had commercial breaks during this.
Yes.
There were such important story beats that happened during the commercial. Like Wardlow's entrance was during the commercial. Tully hitting the ref and stealing the key was during the commercial. There was a lot of important shit that happened during the commercials.
So, yeah, there was something else bad about this match. But, again, it was a production thing.
So once they're all in there and they go to their final commercial break, it was super jarring to come back to, like, the whole ring's fucking destroyed out of nowhere. Like, they ripped up the mats and the canvas, and it wasn't that way when they went to commercial.
Yeah, and all they said was that was Pinnacle did it. Like, there was no... it's clearly to set up that the double assisted pile driver, but...
So at some point, whenever Hager first came to the match, that dude was fighting for...
He hit a boot on Cat that could have ended the match.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of everyone. Like,
he forgot that, like, he's used to when he's in a cage, it's real. He just wasn't thinking.
Yeah, I loved him in this match. I thought he brought... I mean, everybody in it brought, like, realism, but he, to me, was above and beyond. Like, I thought he was ready to murder the other guys. The match did make me think that I really wish that Ricky Starks was in Sean Spears' position.
Oh, that'd be so much better.
I think Ricky Starks would have really shined in this match. Like, he just, as I was watching it, I was like, man, I wish. So yeah, we get the tear apart the ring. Eventually, Jericho.
When it's time for the last commercial break is when so Tully gets the key, MJF escapes, and he starts climbing up. But Jericho starts chasing up while we're still in commercial. And he's getting word from the refs that we're still in commercial. Wait to go up until they come back. So Jericho's literally climbing for like 3 hours. He's just sitting there posing on the side of the cage until they come back from commercial. It was the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, just Tony, like, they could have paid the money to not, like, lose the ad revenue for an hour.
Well, that's not them. That's TNT gets that stuff. They don't get to. do that.
Probably put up the money for it though. Like, just here you go.
That's true. He could have just said, "Hey, can we do a commercial-free episode and we'll pay for all the ads? You'll still be whole."
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't do that. So, yeah, it kind of kept taking me out of the match. Like, 'cause it was, but nothing. No fault of these guys involved. Everybody, I thought.
There was also a really good gory special against the side of the cage.
Oh, that one was brutal because after he took the bump, he fell down underneath the cage, like
all the way to
stuck.
the ground.
Yeah, I mean, Spears looked good in this match. Like, he was the one that had that spot. The way he sold the Spanish Fly. Yeah, I thought Spears looked pretty good in this match.
I agree.
There was one awkward spot where everybody was taking shots at Wardlow, and then he just takes off running for Hager. Or the opposite, or maybe Hager takes off running for him.
Yeah, Hager charged at him because he wanted to catch him in the F5, but he kind of stumbled over and everybody fell down and he just picked him back up.
I mean, it was impressive that he could just stand right back up with him. I mean, that's like he powered him right back up. But it was an awkward spot. But yeah, I think so. We're on top of the cage now. We got MJF and Jericho. And Jericho, MJF starts going after his hand, doesn't he?
Jericho does the Lion Tamer for a minute, and then MJF reverses it, hits him with the punch with the diamond ring, and then he puts him in his armbar gimmick.
I didn't think that. So as much as I enjoyed everything in the cage, like when Jericho puts him in the walls, the Lion Tamer, whatever, like there was like I don't know if it was due to being blown up or what, but it wasn't even like he was trying to crank on it. He was just kind of sitting there, and there was no sell of how bad it was hurting with the blood all over MJF's face. It could have made for a great visual. It also could have, it just kind of seemed there was my note was there was just no drama with it.
That's a very good point. They could have mirrored the Austin and the sharpshooter bleeding spot with that. They really could have.
Exactly. And I'm sure that they wouldn't have had the right camera angle for it, so that would have been my note then. But the way it was just kind of like, all right, you lay down and I'm going to pull on your legs and we're going to sit here until you flip me over and then hit me with the ring.
Is that fair to say, even though they're 50 feet in the air?
Yeah.
And maybe Jericho just assumed they were at a commercial break again. Like, hey, don't.
Now that could be.
So we get MJF, like Jericho kind of going over towards the edge of the cage. MJF grabs him, throw him off. If the rest of them doesn't submit.
So the idea here is basically, you fucking give up now or I'm going to kill this guy. So Sammy's like, well, I don't want my boy to die. So, yeah, we quit the stupid wrestling match. Sure, don't kill him.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sammy Guevara calls it off. Supposed to save Jericho, but then shit asshole MJF. I love that he just kind of. I thought that was really good instead of like kicking him off. I just like
one thing I didn't like about the whole setup though. It was very awkward from the time that the bell rang. Like everybody knew Jericho was still going to get thrown off, and they took a long time, and it was meandering, and it was not. They didn't fill their time well in this spot.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
We know that the final shot ruined it with the cardboard, but was there actually a shot that was like a crane shot or something that showed, oh God, if he throws him right there, he's going to land on steel? Or was it always from Guevara's angle up where he finally said we submit or whatever? Like, was there ever the drama of, oh, God, he's not going to throw him off onto a table? We've seen that before, but he's really going to throw him off onto the metal stage. Because we have seen people get power bombed on the entryway. You know, we've seen those kind of legit hurtful moves happen, but it just didn't also, I didn't realize, at least I didn't realize that, oh, that's supposed to be steel that he's throwing him off on.
It's also weird, too, because of the layout of the spot. So you got the one side facing the crowd. The cage is legitimately humongous. It's like 25 feet tall. To go from there to the ground is a big fall. But then you have that Daily Places stage that's like 15 feet tall. So it's only a 10-foot fall from the cage to the stage. So I
Right.
think they just shot it from the Sammy view, like looking up to try and, oh
Make
God,
it
look
look
how high
higher.
the cage is. Yeah, and
Gotcha.
not make it seem.
I
It was just not shot well. There's no way to sugarcoat it, really.
really didn't think they even needed to. Like, I kind of hate that they even bothered with this whole thing. I really wish it would have just ended in the ring some way. Like, I don't know. I mean, I like the image of MJF on top of the cage, bloody. I got like I don't know why, but I got like CM Punk vibes. Like MJF just owned the entire moment.
Would your opinion of that final spot be any different had they put some sort of landing device on one of the other three sides to where he's really falling far?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Like, to me, it was just kind of like unnecessary. I thought they could have come up with a more creative finish to keep it in the cage. Like, I felt like they went the WWE route of like, let's have a big stunt instead of like just end in the ring.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
As long as Tony Khan doesn't become the new Shane McMahon, it's like I could jump off that.
Shane McMahon wishes he could be the new Tony Khan and have like actual money and stuff.
Overall, the match I thought was awesome, though. So the first time, as I watched it live, I actually didn't like it.
Really?
The next day, I was talking to some of the guys in our the Violence Academy group chat, and I was like, yeah, I didn't think it was very good. And it just blew like everybody that I had read review it or whatever had said it was great. So I went back and watched it and really fucking loved it. So like I think the first time I was just already half asleep, but everybody blew it out of the ball. Like everybody just hit it out of the ballpark. Guevara looked great. Wardlow looked great. Like everybody involved looked awesome.
Not that every time we talk about AEW do we need to compare it to WWE, but this instance, compared to all the war games that NXT has had, in this one, I truly feel like every single person that was in this match stood out at a different point in time. Can you say that about any of the NXT war games? Like, there's a couple cool spots that have happened, but like,
Yeah, no, the NXT ones, even when they were like Undisputed Era, it still was all just about Adam Cole, like, and his buddies. Like this, everybody felt like they had a reason to be in the match against someone on the other side, and everyone was able to get in their spot.
maybe I just have a terrible memory, but out of all the war games NXT has done, I remember two spots. Ricochet doing the double moonsault off the top of the cage, and Dakota Kai turning heel during her entrance. Those are the only two spots there. Oh, and Cole taking the Kryptonite Crunch off the top through a bunch of tables from Ciampa.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all I got.
There was one with the women's where they put a trash can over whoever, and she jumped off the top with the trash can on her onto the pile.
That demonstrates my point. You just said whoever. You don't really remember. You don't really care.
Well, she had a trash can on her head, so I can't get a facial with that. So
Shotzi.
we'll say it was Shotzi. Yeah.
I think it was actually Io.
Oh well.
I think they did something with Shotzi. And this is not the NXT review show.
Tune in tomorrow for
Yeah,
NXT.
We can't even get this thing done without having to piece it together because of fuck ups.
this game. I mean, so I'm just gonna call it War Games.
The match beyond.
It was very weird that they kept like referencing the original War Games, but they had to call it Blood and Guts. But yeah, so this felt like one of the like the guys were here because they needed to settle something that couldn't be settled in a normal match. They beat the shit out of each other. Like the NXT ones are mostly spot fests. This was a fight.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah, really unfortunate finish, but still great.
I like the story beat they were going for. Sammy cares too much about Jericho. He doesn't want him to die. Just unfortunate the way that it came off and was shot and all that.
Yeah. I mean, it worked as a finish. Like you said, Sammy cared enough, and it's great. Like MJF, the reason why Jericho kicked Sammy out, but realized the error of his ways, got Sammy back, and Sammy's still hanging in there for him. Like, it's really good storytelling. So, overall, who wants to start with their overall score?
Our segment total, 11 total segments. There were 5 matches and only 6 promos this episode.
All right.
Holy hell.
4-hour-long matches.
I know, right? I will go first. I fucking loved War Games. I probably shaded my opinion on the show, but I went 70 overall. War Games was good. The Darby segment was really fucking good. I really liked Miro's promo and his killer line about being a killer. So, I mean, the 4-way tag was fine. Nobody looked like they didn't belong, even though we knew what the finish was going to be and stuff. And I mean, Cody bled on accident. That's cool too, right?
Okay, I have this at a 75.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I loved it. The War Games felt like War Games, and it was great. The Miro segment, setting up for him and Darby. Looking forward to that. Finding out that you fucking Nagata was going to be on Dynamite. Finding out I get to see him wrestle again. That was awesome. Yeah, definitely 75. If it wasn't for, I thought the 4-way was pointless, and I didn't like the QT Marshall Cody stuff. So that would have, without those things, it would have definitely pretty damn close to like a 90 something. But those two brought it down.
Yeah, I actually agree with Cash. I had a 75, and it definitely was weighted heavy in that last hour. Loved it top to bottom. It was one of those throwbacks to my youth. Back in my day, we had these things called VHSs, right, kids? And we used to watch the real War Games over and over again. So that it was a good throwback for me personally. I enjoyed most of the promos this week, which is strange. I don't know if it's just because there weren't as many, but the beat up and the throwing down the steps with Darby, the Team Taz technique promo, I really liked. Miro with his killer line.
Don't lie, you gave 10 points extra just for Julia Hart.
And I was going to say, and you guys already know, when we decided to wait an extra day to record this, I told you I was going to go back and try to fit in the Britt Hart match again a couple more times. So I did not care at all about the Cody QT match. If that's supposed to be the blow off for their finish after for their whole thing, I'm fine with that. We don't need to see QT again for a while, and just let him go, and he can be the new Tully of that stable and doesn't really have to be in the ring anymore. The opening with Mox and Kingston, like I said, was just blah. The 4-way, we knew who was going into it. But yeah, all of the promos actually helped keep the score up there. So yeah, I gave it a 75 also.
It's only 3 of us rating this one, but I'm pretty sure this is the highest overall rating between the 3 of us.
I think, consensus, average out. Yeah, I think it had to be.
I'm just going to say Vance goes with a 70 just to get it out there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really know how he felt about this. He didn't send me any notes or things.
He probably didn't watch it, to be honest.
I was going to say, he probably didn't watch it because he already had known that he might not be on the show.
Yeah.
Slacker.
If he watched it, he would have sent you texts raving about at least the War Games, I feel.
Okay,
At
so we got next week then. We got Darby versus Miro for the TNT title.
Bucks versus SCU.
Bucks versus SCU. Mox versus Nagata.
OC versus Pac for the number 1 contendership.
Okay.
And in front of a live audience.
Yes, and it's a live one.
All right. Should be an awesome episode. So, thank you guys for listening. And, we'll be back. Hopefully, all 4 of us will be back to review the May 12th edition of Dynamite. So until then, thank you for listening. Thanks for joining me, guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Later.